Fair and square.
Pat got you fair and square.
Fair and square.
Pat got you fair and square.
Fair and square.
Yeah, the sheriff's scared.
Yeah.
The sheriff's
Hey, man. Hey, man. You are beneath me.
No, but here's funny. When Booty Rush won the title last time, you were scared.
Hey, man.
You didn't want to go.
You
You didn't want to go against him.
Did you hear what I just said? You are beneath me.
Yeah, right.
So I'm in last place then. So they were just saying.
Yeah.
No.
Since I lost today, I'm in last place.
Yeah.
No.
I won last week.
Yeah,
though,
you did. You did. You won last week.
Yeah, you won
And
fair
he
and square.
won 1 week, but he is beneath me.
Yeah, right. See how you the people see how you do.
Hey,
Scared to take a rematch.
But I'm not.
Hey, I told you.
You win fast square. You
Hey,
got
Booty
Yeah,
Rush.
that's
Do
right.
not say the champ retired. The champ has retired.
Well, you retired.
I retired.
Okay.
So me and Pat, you gonna
Let's move on to something else. Let's
Yeah.
move on to some weightlifting or something. Let's move on to some weightlifting or something,
It's all
okay?
good. It's all good.
Let's move on to some weightlifting or something, okay?
Okay.
All right,
I got-
we'll try that next week.
I like competition.
We'll bring a bench press in here and we'll try that
I
next
didn't,
week.
I didn't practice this week, man. I got the week, man. So
Nobody
I
said
gotta
nothing
put on
about
something.
He said he just got through.
Hey,
I put on something, man.
but I
gotta
actually
put on
thought
something.
that he was gonna lose because he done lost some weight.
Well, yeah, but you know,
know,
your
he-
system
he
up there.
done-
It's cardio, man.
Cardio, man. Hey, man.
There we go. Hey, everybody, Macon County, how y'all doing today? Hey, everybody, Facebook Live. The day is May the 30th, 2019, a day we won't see again. Am I right, Booty Rush?
That's right, absolutely.
This is a day that he won the challenge again.
You know,
only because I didn't participate. I have
Listen.
retired.
But it's the first one in May,
I
though,
won,
right?
and I dedicate this win to my brother Milton, who passed away.
Okay.
Today will be his birthday,
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
and
Okay.
so
Happy
So
Well, you
I
needed to win.
dedicated
You
for
had
that.
some incentive.
Yes.
You should have told us that beforehand.
Yeah, I would have did it.
Yeah, right. Just like I did. Right. He had
I don't need no mercy. I don't need no mercy.
You earned it, though. You earned
Hey.
it.
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. 100.7 FM WUBZ with DJ Booty Rush and Hear Me TV, Tuskegee Virtual TV, channel 181 in town, channel 19 on TU campus with Pat Wallace, director, Kimberly Wright, and Jordan.
Hold it down.
Hold it down, Jordan. And we
CBTV in the
always
building.
got CBTV
That's
in
right.
the building. Hey. How we doing, everybody in Macon County and at all the listening Wonderland and everybody on Facebook Live? Glad y'all joined us tonight. Got an interesting topic here. We're going to go on with the sheriff report here, and then we're going to talk about this topic, something that we really need to know a little knowledge about the summertime.
Right.
But the sheriff report, May 24th to May the 30th, 2019, between the dates of the 17th through the 23rd, the Macon County Sheriff Department received 108 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,060 landline calls, 238 E911 calls, and 997 radio transmissions, totaling 2,403 contacts.
That's down.
Yeah, down a little bit.
We were
which is
down.
good.
We were at 2,800 last week, I
last
think.
week,
Yeah,
28.
that's good.
And we only had 9 complaints,
And that's good too.
which is great.
Yep.
On 525 County Road 45, we had a recovered vehicle. On 526 U.S. Highway 29 South, we had a burglary third. On 528 Calico Lane, we had domestic violence third, which we definitely hate.
I can't
On
stand it.
528 County Road 45, we had a reckless endangerment.
Yeah, that's bad too.
On 528 County Road 45, we had harassment. And those were 2 of the same calls.
You're right,
though.
right.
Yeah, different charge, but 2 of the same
Same
calls.
calls. Gotcha.
On 528 U.S. Highway 80 East, had a theft of property third. On 528 Jackson Road, we had a burglary and a theft of property first. On 529 Main Street, we had harassing communication. And on 530 County Road 27, we had an identity theft.
There you
Wow.
go. You know-
Definitely got to be careful with those identity
Oh,
thefts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you know what? This goes to what you always say. As it gets hotter,
Yeah.
the type of charges and
They
things
kinda
that you
pick up.
complaints
Yeah.
change.
They
It's
change.
like
They
do.
leave,
Right,
leave
right.
people's
They do
stuff
change.
alone.
Yeah,
leave people's stuff alone. These burglaries and this stuff, it's got to stop.
Yeah,
it's got
it
to
does.
stop.
It does.
That's part of the subject we were talking about tonight
your
too.
phone,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right. Summertime, like we say, call volume usually goes up, and then you see a different type of crime.
Right.
Especially a lot of breaking and enterings and stuff like that. Especially a lot of breaking and entering and stuff like that. It's the type of domestic violence it is.
It's
a lesser charge. Yeah, domestic one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just verbal.
Right.
Sometimes it's throwing them hands.
Right.
Right.
You know, and stuff like that.
Right.
So
I
that
got you.
makes the difference.
Varying
The type-
degrees. I got it.
Varying degrees.
Got it.
Very,
Got
very
it.
degrees.
There we
Okay.
go. Okay, but that was a good question.
Right.
Courtney Brunson TV, who's
Right.
always here.
Right.
And then she always asking questions too. Huh?
We won't get on the camera.
but that's good. That's good though.
She won't get on the camera.
That's
right.
good. That's good. That's good. That's really good.
That's what I'm
really
talking about.
good.
That's
But
right on.
I want to jump right into something that actually happened this past week when we
Okay.
definitely got to be careful of, and it happened to a very dear friend of mine.
Okay.
I'm not going to call her name, but coming out of church,
Okay.
we had a purse stolen
Okay.
from a young lady. Like I say, very dear friend of mine, you know, very popular in the community, and that kind of just broke my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that just
Right.
tells us you really have to be careful even coming
Even
out of
at
church.
That's
Man.
man.
So those are the times that we're living in today.
That's right.
And it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Everywhere. That's right.
People don't respect you, they don't respect the church, they don't respect anything.
That's right.
And those are things that we definitely have to try to teach our kids and try to get back to, and that's respecting people and respecting the church.
That's right.
I'll
That's
tell
right.
You know,
you
and
what.
that's very, very important.
That's right.
Somebody's going to hell for that one.
Yeah. But you know, you come out of church, you trying to help somebody, you don't expect nobody to snatch your purse or put you in any danger like that. So then that makes me have to go to this point.
Okay.
You know, when you coming out of church, no matter where you are, you need to be with somebody.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Never. You don't need to be alone, even coming out of church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous walking outside by yourself. It's dangerous coming out your house by
That's
yourself.
right.
And
It's a
kinda
shame that it's
dangerous
come
even
to that.
going to the store
Yeah.
by yourself, because then you're a target.
Your target.
People see you by yourself, and by yourself is a target.
That's right.
And that's not good in this day and age, but it happens.
It happened. That's right.
So
It's
I
a
must.
shame that it's come to that too.
Yeah, it's
You know, it
sad,
really
man.
is.
Yeah.
You know, we
These
were growing
are
up.
day
It was a
and
different time. You
Yeah,
respect
different
your
time.
elderly.
Different
You know, you
time.
respect the church.
Yeah.
Now people don't have respect for anything.
Anything.
It's
Nobody.
it's sad. It's really
It's
a shame.
very sad.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we got to say, hey, man, even coming out of church, make sure somebody got their eyes on you. If you can, walk out with somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Never try to be alone. That's even going to church, going to the store.
Should
taking
even
the
go into the
trash out.
sheriff's department. You
You
better
know,
lock your stuff
Yeah,
up
Right.
yeah, you got to, man.
everywhere.
And
Everywhere
that's a
you go.
shame.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, say a prayer for our friend that got a purse stolen. You know, hopefully we can bring that person to justice that did that. That was just outrageous.
But they
man.
did get the perpetrator.
Not yet.
Okay.
Don't have the perpetrator as of yet. Still gathering information, you know, but hopefully think something can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did get a purse back.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
Oh,
did
okay.
find the purse.
First, okay.
Okay.
But of course they had taken the stuff
The
out
cash
the purse.
was
yeah.
gone.
Right.
Yeah.
But she did get the purse back,
Okay.
you know, and I know she canceled all the credit cards, you know,
Right.
she did lose her cash.
Right.
You know, and luckily she didn't get hurt.
That's right.
Right.
You know, that's the main
Main
thing,
thing.
because the other stuff can be replaced. But luckily
Absolutely.
she didn't get hurt.
Absolutely.
So, you know, now I have to say, you know, we're going to be riding around churches and trying to be around. You know, we can't be at every church.
More
but we'll
presence,
definitely
yeah.
try to be around churches when they're letting out and things like that. My
Be
guys
visible.
definitely ride and be visible,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's out in the country, in the city, and everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know, we got to be visible for the people.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely try to do that as many as we can.
Right.
As much as we can.
That's right.
And I got to say, we can't get to everyone every day, but we'll be as many as we can and try to do different ones every week, so
Absolutely.
nobody know where we are, and where we're going to be.
There you go. There you go.
You know, this brings up an issue about our seniors. You know, they travel a lot of times. A lot of
Yeah.
them are widowed, or they don't. You know, the husband or the wife might be passed, and they
Right.
are doing things by themselves. So we got to look out for them and make sure that we keep an eye on them so that they're safe and protected.
Right, right.
Because a lot of times they are living by themselves.
That's
Right, right.
You know, there are a whole lot of solo seniors that I know that are dear friends of mine,
Right.
and you got to check in on them.
That's right.
And that goes to that hydration thing.
Get dehydration.
We got to make sure that they're okay, because a lot of them have pride that they don't, want to ask out
Oh,
for help.
yeah,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Yeah.
So we got to reach out to them a lot of times
yeah.
and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
part of what the SAP program is
Yes.
about.
Okay.
Right.
You know, our senior assistant program is going by checking on them, taking water and things like that. Because you made a good point. You know, most of our senior citizens, all of them have a lot of pride.
A lot of pride.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not bad to ask for help
That's right.
or
Right.
take help when you need help, or just us, and I'm not gonna say need help, but us just being giving people,
Right.
giving
Right,
to
right.
help them. It's
Right.
no shame in taking when we giving.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to do. We
Right.
need to
Yep.
offer
Right.
Yep.
and just give.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
you know what? I'm gonna say it again. This is an extension of the community policing outreach
Right.
thing.
That's right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? To do this, to reach out instead of having them reach to us.
Right.
We reach out to them.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
That's
There
it.
you go.
And that's
Yeah.
very important.
It is.
Right.
It
And
is.
we definitely got to do that, and everybody has to do that. Everybody has to check on their neighbors.
Right.
Everybody has to check on the well-being of people in the neighborhood.
Right.
Everybody has to check on the well-being of people just around the city.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people are struggling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we don't know when they're struggling. But
Yeah.
a helping hand always does
Yep.
great. for-
Always.
That's right.
Yeah,
Always.
It really does, man.
Always.
And when you
Right.
think about the fact that somebody would do something like that at a church,
At a church.
should tell you that the times have changed completely,
Yeah, man.
and we really got to look out for each
That's
other.
right, man.
You know, we really do.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know, without saying much about what's going on. I just hope we can hurry up and get this person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just wrong to do that.
Right, right.
This person deserves to be caught.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely
Of
deserves
all
to be
people,
caught.
yeah, of all of the
people,
people,
yeah.
yeah.
Right,
You're
right,
right.
right.
That's right.
But we're talking about summertime and what we should do and what we shouldn't do. We're gonna talk about what you shouldn't do when you're going on vacation.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody listening to this, when you're going on vacation, you shouldn't let everybody know you're going on vacation.
right.
Not even your friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Don't get on there posting pictures of yourself down in Disney World with your dates flashing and what you're
Right.
doing and when you're coming back, and don't leave nobody at your house watching your house, because some people are just waiting on you to leave.
That's right.
And you'll come back
Yep.
to nothing.
That's right.
And everybody, and we try to tell you all the time, don't put your vacation pictures on there until you get back
That's right.
Right.
in your home.
That's
I
right.
never do it.
You never do that, right?
Right.
And if you can, you also have somebody to watch your house, man. Make sure you got somebody that can watch your house, come in and and be there, be present, be moving around, turning on lights, watching TV and
Right.
things like that. Show some activity at your house
Right.
when you leave, man.
Right.
That's very, very important, man. I said you really don't even want to let your family know
Right.
Yeah.
and friends know that you're gonna be out of town for a long period of time, and it's
Yeah.
bad to say that sometimes they the ones to get you.
Yeah.
The family,
they
they'll
don't
turn on
get
you
you, they
first.
tell
a lot
people.
of times.
Right. Right.
And they might tell people not meaning to tell people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they might tell people.
Wrong person can listen.
Wrong person can listen.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
That's a problem, bro.
When you walking out the house, like we just said, man, make sure somebody watching you. Don't just walk out the house randomly at night by yourself, taking out the trash and things like that, because it could be somebody out there waiting.
Yep.
And it's just very dangerous times
Yeah,
right
very,
now,
very
man.
dangerous time.
But I'm gonna
Take
take the
precautions.
opportunity to mention this again, because we mentioned this a few weeks ago about they have those surveillance systems that you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Ring.com
Right.
and some of the other ones, where when you do go on vacation, you can actually see your property
Right.
when you go. And you can know if somebody comes up to your door.
Right.
And a lot of these systems, you can actually talk to them
Exactly.
and tell them, yo,
Yeah.
I
Who
got,
is
I
it?
got Roscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those really do help
Yes.
because
Roscoe, bro.
because not only can you see them, they see you,
Right.
and seeing a person even on camera,
Right.
knowing that you see them, kind of prevents it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
right.
they're doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Even if you cross the world,
Yep.
you having a conversation with them on that
That's right.
on that
Right.
ring lets them know, hey, I saw you
Yep.
at my house,
And it's
right.
being recorded.
and it's being
there
recorded.
it is.
Which is very, very,
Very
good,
important.
man. Man, they came up with something when they came
Oh,
up with
yes.
that, man.
I know.
Oh, yes.
But
oh,
it's,
yes.
it's so many type of surveillance systems and stuff that'll help you these days. It's just getting, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
It really eases your
I
mind.
put
though.
I put a surveillance system in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I have hidden cameras,
Right.
and I have several of them in there.
Right.
So I can go and run back and look at,
Yeah.
if somebody comes in there,
Right.
and that's a very useful
Yeah.
thing
the
too.
Hidden camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know what it looks
What it
like.
look like.
Yeah.
Now, which is a lot better. people used to break in your house and they'll steal the recorder or the box,
DVR,
DVR.
Yeah.
But now that don't even matter.
No, it doesn't
It
matter.
don't even matter.
Yeah.
Mine
You
records
know what I'm
right to
saying?
the device. You won't even know.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it come right to your phone.
Right to your phone.
So that's a great thing. So the criminals that steal your DVR and all that, hey man, that ain't doing you no good these days.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, technology
That's
has
right.
advanced to deal with
That's
that.
right.
That's it.
So that ain't doing you no good.
Yeah,
no
now
more.
the evidence is in the cloud.
Yeah. and that's great.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
that's
Oh, yeah.
great. Yeah. But you know, we have been fortunate around here that we hadn't had a whole lot of that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and we want to prevent that. And by preventing that, you know, and we keep talking about our neighborhood watches and we keep talking about just concerned citizens
Right.
who do what they should do.
Right.
And we're getting a lot more of that, of these concerned citizens doing what they should do and
Right.
what they can do to help their neighbors and help people.
That's right.
Right.
And we're seeing more and more of that. And that's what we want around here in this
Right.
community.
Right, right.
You know, you got to look out for each other, man.
You got to.
Right.
You
'Cause-
know.
and I'm gonna tell you, there was a situation that happened about a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure you probably are familiar with it. But a lady was living by herself,
Okay.
and she had inherited a house
Right.
Okay.
and had all these valuables in the house.
Right.
Well, there was a family that lived like across the street or like near the house.
Yeah.
And the people would go in there and steal the stuff out of the lady's house.
Wow.
And one day they went and just cleaned the whole house out.
Wow.
Everybody knew who did it, but nobody wanted to talk. And we can't be having stuff like that. That is
No.
a shame.
No, that's a
you know what I'm
shame.
saying? Because people saw that.
Right.
And evidently it was a family with a bunch of people that steal all the time.
Right. Right.
And people in the community knew this.
Yeah.
Right.
And nobody wanted to point a finger and say, hey, you did that.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was fear, thinking, oh, they're gonna come and get me next.
Right.
Right.
Right. I
But
got you.
we gotta stand up to
Well, that's-
stuff like
that's-
this. We
that's
got
not
to
being-
stand up.
That's not being a good neighbor.
No, it's not.
But if
we
you
gotta
allow
stand up.
that, if you allow that to happen and you see that, it's gonna happen to you.
There you go.
And
That's
when it
it.
happened to you, nobody gonna
Ain't
want
nobody
to
gonna
talk.
say
That's right.
nothing.
Nobody gonna say nothing.
Right.
And then the shoe is on the other foot.
That's right.
Right.
And then
Right.
how you gonna feel about that?
Right.
That's right.
You
That's
know
why
what I'm
we
saying?
got to change the culture.
You have
Yeah.
to change
You know what I'm
the
saying? We
culture,
really do. We really got to help each other
We
out.
gotta help
If you
each
see
other.
something like that,
Yeah.
you got to say something.
Right. You got
You
to.
know, I mean, that's just service of the Most High too.
Right.
You helping your fellow man, but you're also serving God when you do that.
That's right.
You know, that's justice.
That's justice.
People
You
are
know?
too hard for
But
this
you know, I
stuff,
go
man.
back to saying this. You know, we have to commend people in the community here, people in Tuskegee, people here in Macon County, because people are telling what's going on.
Yeah, you talked about
know
that
what I'm
last
saying?
week.
We talked
Remember, we
about
had that last week.
And you know, we talked about that week before when we had a burglary and the young lady called.
Yes.
You know, and she did a tremendous job. She
Okay.
stayed there and waited till we caught the people till we got there.
Okay.
And like
It was
I said,
a burglary in
see-
progress.
Burglary in progress.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And we were able to get there while they were in the house.
Wow.
See, that's
And
what we need.
That's what
Wow.
we need.
You know,
And
because
you definitely have to do that for
Right.
your community and
Right.
for your
Got to.
people.
Gotta
You
look
got
out for
to.
your
and you think about this though. How long do you think it would take 2 or 3 people to entirely clean out a house? It takes a while.
Takes a while.
You know, it's one thing if you just run in there and you grab a flat screen and run out, but you clean somebody's house out.
It'd take a
You
while to do
know
that.
people in the neighborhood see that.
That's right.
But 9 times out of 10, you know, they run in there, they grab what they think is valuable,
Yeah.
like your TVs, your computers
Right.
laying around.
Right.
They're gonna check your drawers, check under your bed, stuff
Right.
like that for
Right.
cash. You know, but they're gonna try to get in and get out. But just think of us getting there before they can get out the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's tremendous, man.
That's a blessing.
Right.
That's a blessing.
Yep.
And we just got to do that, you know. And at this time, we're telling you, summer is a dangerous time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Summer is when they're going in your home. You know, people at work. You know, people trying to make a living at work. You know, doing what they're supposed to do, and people out prowling around trying to see who's not at home.
Yep.
So they can break in.
That's right.
You know, we have more home invasions, more breaking and entering and things like that during the summer. So we just got to be more diligent in what we're doing in protecting our neighbors. You know, as a sheriff department, we got to do more riding,
Right.
be more visible and try to be everywhere. And we do act on all calls.
Right.
So neighbors, please, if you see somebody out of place, we don't mind if you call and they supposed to be there.
Right.
We'll come in and check it out.
Right.
But please call. Please watch out
It's
for
better
your
to be
neighbors.
safe than sorry.
There you
That's
go.
really
There you go.
right.
There
You know?
you go.
So if you see any suspicious vehicles riding around, just give us a call. You know, I don't want you to go and approach the car, approach the
None of that,
people,
yeah.
but definitely give us a call and just keep your eyes on them. If you
Right.
can get a tag on a car, at least the color of the car, and that kind of stuff, you let us know.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely come out and check.
Okay.
But you're definitely gonna see my guys riding. You know, that's what we do, and it's we gonna ride and ride and ride and ride and ride and ride.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. See,
But,
here, well,
They are visible. I do see
very
them.
visible.
Yep. Oh
so,
yeah.
that's a great thing. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
on that. Now, the other thing is, let's do the drop before we.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll be
talk
right
about
back, you guys, man. After these messages.
Hey Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this.
And you know this.
You know this, man.
Yep.
We're back, y'all. Live.
Hey, I wanted to remind people they can go to YouTube and watch us live, and they
Oh,
can
really?
see the whole 4-camera
Right.
setup, right,
Oh,
Jordan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
So if you
that's
want to see
good.
everything that we're doing, you can go to
YouTube
YouTube
Live.
Live.
That's good. That's good.
Tuskegee Virtual on YouTube Live.
Tuskegee Virtual YouTube Live.
That's right.
YouTube Live. Okay, before we get started again, I want to go down and say hello to everybody here on Facebook Live. The first one to join us tonight was our friend, Miss Roberta Crenshaw. How you doing, Miss Crenshaw? Thanks for joining us and being a faithful watcher of this show and faithful supporter. Same as Brenda Brown. How you doing, Brenda Brown? Thank you.
Brenda.
Roberta says good evening, everybody. And Brenda Brown says good evening, guys.
What's up?
Hey,
What's up?
Our brother Mike Provo is watching. Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
He says, what's up, family? And same to you, brother. T. Brunson, my daughter. Hey, T, how you doing? She says, hey to everybody. Hey, and then Alexis Boris says, hey, Ma, I love those heels. So she saw you out there. And that's Alexis Boris says hello, and she loved those heels. Thank you, Alexis. Lorraine George. Hey, Lorraine, how you doing? She's watching. How you doing, my friend up there in Lee County? Renzo Thickpen Jr. is watching. How you doing, brother?
Rennie.
T says, big man says, hey, Paw, and that's what hey, little Jeremy, how you doing? Yes, Paw, little man.
That's
Lorraine
funny.
says, hey, Sheriff, and hey, Miss Sheriff from Miss George, and how you doing again, Miss George? Albert Clarence Bull says, microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Hey, and I see you know what I'm doing during the challenge, right? You know, no need of me getting into that anymore. They gonna be mad at me, but I retired.
You retired, y'all. We
Gonna get another challenge.
Yeah, we're gonna do another challenge.
Tina Reeves is watching. Hey, Tina, how you doing? My cousin Michelle. Hey, how you doing, Michelle? Up in Tennessee is watching. Tina Reeves says, hey, y'all, how everybody doing? And we doing fine. Mr. Thickpen says, hey, it's Renee. Oh, Rennie.
Rennie.
Rennie. Yeah, Rennie. I'm sorry, man. Rennie. Booty Rush is watching. Hey, Booty, how you doing sitting over there?
Hear me.
Cassandra Love McKitchen is watching. Hey, how you doing, Cassandra? Patrick Wallace, the instigator, sitting over here.
In the house.
Ella Cow says, hey, everyone, hope you're staying hydrated in the heat.
Oh, yeah.
Candy says hello and same. How you doing? Billy Gann is watching. Hey, Billy, how you doing?
Billy.
Roberta Crenshaw, I do have some handouts and some resource information for victims of domestic violence that I can share.
Okay.
Hey, we need you to come on the show and do that.
Yeah.
There
though.
you go. There you
So
go.
we can talk about some domestic violence. Maybe next week we get a chance.
Okay.
Hey, Quavon Taylor, how you doing, man? Glad to see you join us. I'm a football player, Quavon, great guy. How you doing today? Quavon says, hey, Courtney Brunson, how you doing? One and only Dee Dee Driscoll is watching. Hey, one and only, how you doing? Hey, Miss Bruna, how you doing? Thanks for joining us, my great friend, Miss Bruna. Steen Piner, hey, Steen, how you doing? Glad you joined us. Albert Bull says, was this purse snatching within the city limits or was it in the church on one of the outlying counties? It was in the city limits, man.
City limits.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's just crazy, but it was in the city limits. And it was during the day, broad daylight.
Sad.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was after the afternoon. No, it was right afternoon. After they got the main
After the-
church.
after
yeah.
the
After
service, the main
yeah.
service.
Main
Wow.
service, yeah.
Wow.
So it was in broad daylight, and right here in the city. That's crazy.
yeah.
Albert said not to be read on air necessarily. Okay. Nita Marable says hello. And thank you for watching us, Brenda. Hey, Bree Sullen, how you doing?
Bree.
Hey,
What's
we
up?
ain't seen Bree in the
Miss
last
Sullen,
week or
Miss
so. How
Sullen.
you doing, Miss Sullen? Thanks for joining us, my friend, my sister, Betty Richards Johnson. Hey, how you doing, Betty Richards? Margaret Cadell, hey, how you doing? Miss Betty says, hi, everyone. I'm watching and
Hey.
thank
What's
you
up,
for
what's
watching.
up?
Hey, our friend, Miss Kennebrew, Rita Kennebrew says, hello, Sheriff, Courtney, Jordan, and crew. How's everyone this evening?
Hey.
Everybody
We
doing
good.
just fine, and thank you. Thick Pen Lorenzo says, hey, what's up? In Fort Myers, Florida, on a project. Way down my way on a project.
Rennie.
Wow.
Polo says, best thing happened to Tuskegee, Sheriff Bronson. Oh, best thing that happened to Tuskegee was Sheriff Bronson. What's up, Rush?
What's up?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yo.
brother, for saying that. I appreciate that. Definitely trying to work hard to make sure our community is safe and to show the people that, we're here to work and we're part of the community.
right. Polo.
So thank you for saying that, my brother. Bree Sutton says, hello, everyone. It's been a long time. Thanks for all you do. Our sheriff and his department, it's a blessing to see a patrol car outside when I come out of BTW, even when I come out the door at 11 p.m. Thanks for your love and protection.
Hey.
Wow.
And
That's what's up.
appreciate that. And wherever you are and wherever we try to be everywhere.
Right.
And thank you, and just want to keep everybody protected. And thank you for saying that, my sister. Fontaine Lewis is watching. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Country Kane. Hey, Country Kane, how you doing? Bree says, hello, my beautiful, sweet, sweet, sweet love, First Lady Bronson. Hey. Hey, my sweet, sweet love. Hey, Bree is a great person, man. Yeah, she is, man. She's a great
Beautiful
person.
woman, beautiful.
Beautiful person. Been knowing her a long time.
Right.
Country Kane says, what's going on, Sheriff? How you doing, my brother? Thanks for joining us. Arenza says, oh, by the way, if y'all know anybody that got a T-Town baseball jersey from Abbott Park and Ashby Lodge, let me know, please.
Yeah, he went back to the
T-Town
80s.
players. He
Yo,
went back to
Yo,
the
you
80s,
talk about
man.
a throwback, man.
That's a
That's
throwback,
a
man.
throwback.
That's
That's
a
a throwback.
He might have talked to Patrick, man. Clifford Patrick.
Oh, wow.
Talk to
Yeah.
Clifford Patrick.
All right, well, we'll try to find.
We'll see.
Try to
We'll,
look that
yeah,
up.
we'll look into that. Yeah.
Do It. Tamika Middleton is watching. How you doing? Do It, Middleton. And Freddie Cunningham is watching. Hey, Freddie, how you doing?
Freddie-O.
And Country Kane says he's doing very well since his car accident.
Wow.
Oh, I did see you say that one time, Country Kane. Hope you're recovering well. And all our prayers go out to you. And I'm going to say again here on Facebook Live, if I didn't say anything to you, it probably means we're not friends and I don't see everybody.
Yeah, I can't see
So if
everybody
you
either.
send me a friend request, then I'll definitely put you on here so we can give you a shout out.
There you go.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about the summer. We were talking about safety tips for the summer.
Right.
Other safety tips dealing with health. We gotta hydrate.
Hydrate.
Let
Stay hydrated.
me use myself as an example. I was telling the sheriff earlier. You weren't here, Booty. Today, it was really, really hot.
Oh, yeah. Last couple of days.
And my lawn people came by, and I was talking to them, and his wife really had a long conversation. I was stood out there in that hot sun blazing for about 45 minutes.
Wow.
Until I started getting shaky.
Right.
And so you got to be careful. You got to extra hydrate
Right.
at this time of the year.
Right.
You really need to take some water with you.
Yeah.
Gatorade is good because you get the electrolytes and stuff.
Right.
So you got to really stay hydrated. So the sheriff's making a really, really good point about staying hydrated.
Yeah, you definitely
we
got to stay
got to
hydrated.
do that.
We talk about the record temperatures right now.
Yep.
For the month
Right.
of May, we've hit 100 degrees.
Wow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to really hydrate, and we have to really know it's not a normal May.
That's right.
It's not going to be a
Yes.
normal June. It's
The
not going
sun
to be a
is-
normal July.
the sun is totally different.
It is totally different.
Yes.
It is hot.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't think you need to drink before you come out, and while you're out, please drink some water.
Got to.
Please drink some Gatorade.
Yep.
And like he said, the electrolytes are very, very important.
Yes.
To some of us, beer is good. To some of us, just, drinking juice, soda, and stuff
Soda,
like
yeah.
that.
Some people don't drink water.
Yeah.
Right,
Some
right.
people drink a lot of soda.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
drink beer and stuff like that while they're out there to quench their thirst.
Right.
But that's not good.
not
That's
good.
not the best way
You
to
got
do that.
right. You got to have
Right.
water. You got to have something with electrolytes, and Gatorade is very good with electrolytes.
Powerade is too.
and
Yeah.
things like
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
So, and when you get hot out there, just stop, get in the shade, and cool
You got
yourself
to.
down.
You got to.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I'm outside. Man.
Yeah.
I tell you, one
I
of the
get heated up.
Yeah.
And man, I just have to go and sit down, man. My
There
wife
you
check
go.
on me all the time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yesterday,
got to,
I
got
was
to.
out there cleaning fish. You know what I'm saying? She checked on about 50 times.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
got
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
to. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to.
Want water, bring water. I said, bring it frozen. So
And
it'll melt itself.
and it will.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
great. And it's great. And that's what you need.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But think about this: while you out there in that sun, you start getting sick on the stomach. Those
Right.
are signs
Those are signs.
that
That's
you're
right.
starting to dehydrate.
Right.
If you
Yep.
stop sweating, you're starting to dehydrate.
Yeah.
You got to immediately get out of that sun,
Right.
get some fluids
Yep.
in your body.
Right.
You know, I'm sitting out there the other day working my guys out, and we walking and running things like that. I started feeling sick on the stomach,
Right.
so I had to sit down
That's right.
Yeah.
because I know what's starting to happen.
You see the signs.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
see the signs.
You gotta know your body,
Know the
too.
signs, know your body.
You gotta know your body.
Hey, and I ain't no spring chicken no more.
Yeah, but you retired
Yes,
from the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
No, my grandmother told me this a long time ago. Because my grandmother was the recreation director for the city of Tuskegee.
oh really?
Yeah, Marty Swan was her
Okay,
name.
all right.
And she got on our case really hard. She said the best thing is lemon in the water with just a little bit of salt.
Oh, that,
I
that-
never
Helps
heard
you.
that.
It helps
That
you.
was salt.
Yeah, just a little bit of salt helps you retain the water.
Yeah.
You know, because salt makes you retain water.
yeah,
Right.
salt is
So
good.
lemonade gives the lemon gives you the electrolytes, and the salt gives you the retention and the ability to hold the water.
I can see that.
And
Yeah, I never
she
heard
said, "Don't put sugar in it."
Yeah.
She said, "Don't make lemonade." She said, "Just put the lemon in there, the lemon juice,
And a little salt.
squeeze the lemon,
And
and,
let-
a little
let
bit of
that
salt."
salt.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said that. She said that way you don't get a lot of sugar, but you do get the electrolytes and the other stuff that you need.
Wow.
So because some people are diabetic,
Right.
and they can't take a lot of
Right.
Powerade or
Right.
Gatorade and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
So
Right.
you have to find a way to get those electrolytes in without getting all that sugar.
Without getting the
Right.
sugar.
And that's what
Well,
my
I-
mother would always say. And my grandmother said that. And she was a recreation director. So whenever they would have functions, she would always have that around.
Right.
If somebody starts getting shaky, that's the first thing you get.
Okay.
You know, that's great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you made an important point talking about sugar and things like that because Gatorade, Powerade has a lot of sugar.
They do.
Yeah, salt
Yep.
in it too.
Yeah, a lot of
They
lot
have
of
salt.
sugar.
Yeah.
They have
A lot
some
of-
salt.
A
They have
lot
some
of
salt,
sugar.
yeah.
hmm But
So you have to
the
be
sugar is
careful.
the problem. The sugar, that's why I don't really drink a lot of that
But-
because I don't need it. You know, I don't need the sugar.
Right. But if it comes to a point that you need those electrolytes, it's
Oh,
safe
yeah.
to go ahead
Oh,
and
yeah.
drink that. They're not
They're
drinking.
not drinking. You're
Not
right about that.
Yeah.
I will do it if I have to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so please stay hydrated.
Yep.
You know, that's one very important thing.
Very.
Second thing is to eat fresh. And I'm finna eat fresh because my friend Jordan she brought these to me now. But if y'all
Man, look how
want
big
one,
those strawberries, man.
if y'all want one, y'all can have
Where
one.
you get those
He
strawberries
brought-
Look, he
from?
said we got one.
Man, you some big strawberries.
Hey man, they sweet too. God.
Oh, listen, let me
Hear me?
before we leave
You
the
want a
whole
strawberry?
Yes,
man?
sir.
Listen,
Yes,
before
sir.
we
I do
leave
eat
the
strawberry.
topic.
Look at that.
Wow.
On the show, y'all.
You know I'm gonna get me one. Listen, before we leave the
Hey,
topic,
did you hear him? You know you're gonna get me. You're gonna get one.
This, man,
You want some, of course?
that's a big
a
hey,
big strawberry.
those are huge. No, before we leave the subject of hydration,
Gotta
another very important
Sweet
thing that
too.
we got to do.
Look at that.
We have got to wash your face frequently because you're doing a lot of sweating, the salt's
Yeah.
coming out, and wash your hands
Right.
frequently
Right.
during the summer. That's something that I'm just now learning is very important because there's a lot of pollen, there's a lot of
Yeah,
contaminants
true.
in the air, and it can exacerbate the system if you're starting to get like pollen in your face.
right.
That makes a dehydration problem worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to
True.
definitely wash your face several times, wash your hands several times during the day, especially if you're going out and then you start sweating,
Right.
and then you come back in and then you dry off,
Right.
then you go back out again. You want to definitely wash your face several times.
Right.
That is an important part of
Yeah,
the
that is
hydration
an important
process.
part, yeah.
That's a part of the hydration process. You got to keep your skin moist.
That's true.
Yes.
So back to eating fresh. We're
Oh,
eating fresh
yes.
tonight. These are some great strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. And fresh fruit is very important in your diet. And fresh fruits will keep you hydrated. A lot of people, we were just talking about eating watermelon and things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, which is great, especially during the summertime. But just eat fresh. Eat more fruit and vegetables. It's good for you.
Right.
And definitely make you a lot more healthy. Healthier during the summertime.
Right.
And people always say, hey, during the summertime, they're going to get healthy. They're going to run and do these
Yeah,
things.
man.
You know, don't forget your diet. Don't forget to eat fresh.
Fresh.
Eating fresh is very important.
Very important.
Next one is to transform activities into exercise.
Okay.
Exercising is very important. On the same token, while you're exercising out there, you got to do what we just said and stay hydrated.
Right.
But you're talking about turning activities into exercise, bicycling, things like that, walking, running, walking with the family, you know, even making a trip to the mailbox, especially if it's a long way, turn that into exercise.
Right.
You might want to walk out there a few times, back
Right.
to the mailbox, back and forth to the mailbox. anything, especially to an inactive person, is very, very healthy.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about, hey, I know I hadn't done nothing in a while, at least start doing something.
I'm gonna tell you what does it for me. Is this thing right here. It's an activity tracker. If I'm sitting too long, and because I sit behind the computer for hours and hours, so every hour it's gonna alert me to get up
And do something. Right.
And it's
Yeah,
also
just
gonna
one
tell
more.
me. It's also gonna tell me.
Appreciate it.
It's also gonna tell me how many footsteps I take in a day.
Right.
And I want to do 10,000 steps in a day. Now, when I was
10,000?
working at the casino,
That's a lot of steps.
5 miles. That's 5 miles.
That's a lot of steps.
When I was at the casino, I would do that routinely, 10,000 steps in a day. In fact, you know where I got the idea? What's the guy's name? Donald Rumsfeld that worked for George Bush. Wore a tracker. That was the first time I heard about it. And he said, I get 10,000 steps every day walking around the Pentagon.
Well, you know what? You just got me in trouble when you said that because my wife tried to get me to buy one today. And I just didn't have time to get it. Yeah, but she's been talking about it. She had one and it broke, so she wanted another. So I definitely got to get it. So you got me in trouble by saying that. But definitely you keep up with your steps.
Yeah.
You know, with that, or an Apple Watch. Apple Watches have a program on that that's great. And it keeps up with your steps.
Right.
It tells you when you need to stand up, things like that, and it tells you how many feet you've gone, plus how many miles, how many steps you've climbed, and all of that stuff.
But if you're on a budget, you can get these from Walmart.
Right. For how much?
I think this one was like $25.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And they have some cheaper versions. They have some more expensive versions.
they do.
But that's great.
Yep.
Get one of those and help yourself out. You know what you're doing.
Right.
And know how many calories that you are burning.
Yeah.
That is
Heart
essential.
rate.
That is
Remember this.
essential.
Make sure you're still hydrating.
hydrating.
And while we're talking about exercise, make sure that you are able to exercise. Talk to your doctors first to make sure that your body able to do that, and let them know that you're starting to get into a regimen. But
Right.
make sure that you're able to do that before you even start, okay?
And one
And
healthy
don't
key.
push yourself too hard.
And one healthy key, I think, you
Well,
need to
something
add
you
to
have to
it.
do gradually.
Let me add to that, though. You need to do it early in the morning or late in the afternoon when it's cooler.
Yeah.
A lot cooler. The broad daylight, like 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That's
Well,
when
it's
the hottest
hot
time.
then.
Yeah.
So you're
It's
more
too
at
hot.
risk of sunstroke
Exactly.
and
Right.
things like that at that
Right.
time. But, you know, for a guy that's used to being out there, kind of, you know, that's when they want to work a little bit. But you just can't overdo it.
Yeah.
Right.
But especially, you made a good point, mornings and evenings when the sun is not up, it's a little bit cooler. Then that's great.
Right.
Okay. But I'll say that point again, transform activities into exercise.
Right.
And make sure we do that and make it a family event.
Right. Make it
You
fun.
know, you don't have to You don't have to be out there grueling and say, I sure don't want to be out here.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's safe too to
Right.
be out there walking with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens.
Right.
Just in case something happens.
And my elders told me always carry some kind of stick for the dogs.
I always take something with you.
Oh, yeah, boy. You got to have that.
Yeah. Next point, stay shady. You know, as much as you can during this summer, stay in the shade.
Stay in the shade.
You know, stay in the shade, your activities or whatever you do, you're outside. A lot of people like to go just sit in the sun. Just sitting in the sun is not good.
Not good.
You know, it drains you.
Right.
You know, it dries you out, it drains you, and you still could have a heart attack or a stroke just sitting out there in that hot sun.
You're right.
Now, some sun is okay now. You
Yeah.
need to get some sun.
Well, we know just getting in the sun, but I'm talking about this extreme.
Direct.
heat.
Yeah.
You know, we talking about this extreme.
Yeah.
heat.
And
You know?
everybody needs to know that 10 to 2 o'clock is what they call prime tanning hours.
Man, I'm talking about, man. You
Prime
talking about
tanning
lately,
hours.
these last couple of days, they've been really hot out
Yeah,
there,
it's
bro.
been hot, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, another important thing for the summer, and this is what the doctors and the professionals say, plan a vacation. Why do you think you need to plan a vacation? Everybody need to relax. Everybody need to get away from the
Disconnect.
stress. Yeah, you got to
Decompress.
disconnect,
Yeah.
right? And you just said a big word, disconnect.
That's right.
You know, you got to disconnect. And hey, and I got that word down here, disconnect. You got to disconnect from society just to get away from it, relax your mind, and just relax.
And even if you're somebody like the sheriff or like me, I work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I have to force myself
Yeah.
to disconnect. I have
To disconnect, right.
I have to
gotta cut it
actively do
off.
that. Yeah,
Right.
I have to do that.
Right,
So
right.
if you work a lot like how the sheriff works, you got to take those time. And
You
if
definitely
you
have
have to
to.
consciously say, okay, I'm turning my ringer off on my phone for 4 hours.
Right.
Y'all got this.
Yeah.
You got to do that
Got
sometimes.
to. You really do.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't get a chance to turn my phone off but I try to at least relax when I come home. You know,
Yeah.
it might not be but for a few minutes, sometimes it's a few hours, sometimes it's the whole night.
Right.
But I know that when it's time to go, I have to go.
Got to
Yeah.
go.
But I try to make the best of my time. When I do get home, I try to relax.
Right.
Knowing that any minute I might have to
You
go.
have to go.
Yeah.
But you have to try to relax. You have to try to, like you say, disconnect.
Disconnect.
You know, as best you can. And there are other people with jobs like mine and you with jobs like mine that you can't completely disconnect.
Right.
But
Exactly.
you do enjoy the time that you do have.
Yes.
Right.
Because you have to clear your mind.
You
You,
got
have
to.
to sit
Got
down.
to.
You got
to
to.
do that.
You got to.
Yep.
You definitely have to do that. So we talk about planning a personal vacation. We're talking about disconnect. And one of the most important things is to sleep well at night.
Oh yeah.
You
Yes.
know, you got to get some sleep. You got to get some rest. You know, a lot of people with 2 or 3 jobs, they come in and say, hey,
Yep.
man, I can take me a cat nap and I'm all right.
Yep.
But after a while, that catches up with you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it
it
wears
does.
your body
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, it
do.
does.
It
You
do.
know, and if you don't let that heart and brain rest, you're going to have some very
Yes,
bad
sir.
health
Yes,
issues.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So make sure, and everything just kind of builds up. It's
You're
already,
telling me that today. She said you got to get your rest.
you
Gotta
got to
get
get
that
your
rest.
rest.
It's vital.
Very
and,
important.
and, and now, since you brought up the whole thing of not being a spring chicken,
Yeah.
it's a lot more important for us.
Right.
Right.
It really is.
Right,
'Cause
right.
the bodies have changed.
Exactly.
Body
We ain't
starting to
children no
Hey,
more.
you
We
got it
ain't
like
young
that no
kids
more.
like that. Yeah, we got to
Yeah, got
get
like
that rest.
You got to.
Yeah.
Oh,
And make sure you try to get that sleep. And like I say, it's a buildup of things. You know, it's already hot. You already
Right.
staying up. You already, you know, you can't disconnect. You're uncomfortable when it's hot. So make sure you get some rest.
Absolutely.
All right, Instigator.
Hey,
You know,
don't get me
all right,
don't get me
we gonna
wound
get
up
on
now.
that.
We're running out of time. I can't
But-
get wound up today.
But a cool
Oh, we got
body